This is so absolutely insane to think about, the fact that I am recording a second trimester checklist. I feel like I just recorded the first trimester checklist. Like, what is going on? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Shay. I am currently 24 weeks pregnant. Yes, I will be 25 in 2 days. 24 weeks pregnant with our first little one. Finally starting to get a little bit of a bump. Yeah, you can see it. Look at that little bump. We're finally starting to get somewhere. I feel like it took forever to get to this point. So I am very excited that there's actually a bump now. So let me just open. Yeah, let's see. Gonna talk about more healthy habits, you guys. Today's video is all about your second trimester and what are some things that you should be doing, need to do. So to start it off, I want to start with doctor's appointments. There's a few things. Obviously, we should be continuing to go to our doctor's appointments throughout our pregnancy. Specifically in the second trimester, there's a few things that they are starting to do some different tests for. Doctors are still gonna do more blood work. I feel like blood work is just a never-ending thing when it comes to pregnancy. One blood test that kind of sticks out to me, just because I need to get it done within like the next week, is called AFP. It's alpha fetoprotein. It tests for a protein that is developed in the liver of the baby, and it's going to test for things mostly, my doctor mostly said spina bifida, a lack of development of the spine around the spinal cord. So obviously it's super important. The more that I looked into the test, it also can test for brain development, and I'm probably going to butcher this word, anencephaly. It's the brain is developed improperly is essentially what's going on. So it can test for that. I want to say that if AFP levels are too high, it's an issue with the spine or brain. Possible birth defect with the spine or brain. If the AFP is too low, it can actually lead to possible diagnosis in Down syndrome. The other thing that we haven't done yet, mostly just because I've been putting off the phone call to our health insurance, but genetic screening is a test that you can do. Towards the end of your second trimester, there is a glucose test. And for those of you that have watched a ton of pregnancy videos who know how everyone feels about this glucose test, apparently the stuff is disgusting. I'm a little anxious to take it, and I just kind of don't want to because I've heard that it is absolutely disgusting. And the last really fun part of doctor's appointments during your second trimester is around 20 weeks, you get your anatomy scan. That was by far one of my favorite things about this whole pregnancy adventure, was getting to see our little nugget and getting to actually see a child and not just a little jelly bean or just feel little flutters. We got to actually see our baby move, which was so cool. I will definitely talk about that more in my next video, so make sure you watch out for it. I'll even show some ultrasound pictures too. They are so cute! Speaking of flutters, you can actually start to feel baby around 18 to 22 weeks. Yeah, I think I felt the first couple of flutters around 20 weeks. And when I say flutters, it literally feels like gas bubbles. Like it feels like you have to fart and then you don't fart. That's what it is. So that's what it feels like. When it comes to other people being able to feel your baby, for us, Garrett wasn't able to feel Nugget until 23-ish weeks. That could have just been that, you know, I was just kind of not expecting him to be able to feel yet because they still felt really light or little kicks. We were sitting on the couch and he put his hand on my stomach and all of a sudden whipped his head around while we were watching TV. And I just said, "Did you feel that one?" And he said, "Yeah, I think so." There is a thing called kick counts. Typically, they aren't going to start until later on in your pregnancy, around the third trimester, which is literally laying down and feeling your child and making sure you're getting a consistent number of movements within a certain time frame. The next few things for me are just kind of things that you can be doing in the second trimester. I feel like a lot of us struggle in the second trimester because it feels like we have so much that we need to do, and there's just not a lot that we can do in the second trimester. Most of it's done in your first trimester with your heavy amounts of blood work and trying to get yourself on the right track, getting yourself into good habits. Also check out that video. In this second trimester window, we've now hit this honeymoon phase of everything has been easy breezy, our symptoms have lessened, our energy is up, but what can we do? A lot of this stuff I feel like is kind of optional as far as the second trimester goes, but right now you have the energy, you don't have a giant belly to work around. You might as well do it now while you can. Start thinking about your birth plan. So I have already got a document written out with the majority of our birth plan on there. It's something that I wanted to start on now so that Garrett and I could have continuous discussions about it and decide if there's things that we want to change on it, if we want to tweak it. And with more research, that's where things are getting tweaked. The main things when it comes to the birth plan, at least for me, is figuring out your birth team and figuring out the setting. And then you can kind of go into more details with it. This is the time to start thinking about, okay, do I really want to consider a home birth? Do I want a hospital? Do I want a birth center? As far as a birth team goes, obviously your doctor that's going to be there, if you can know who the doctor is that's going to be delivering your baby, it's not a bad idea to have that written onto your birth plan so that you have it. Figuring out who can be there. We are unfortunately still dealing with the lovely disease that we are all so knowingly familiar with, but we need to kind of figure out if other people can be at the hospital. If they can, how many do you want there? Who do you want there? Consider why you want them there too. Other people that can be on your birth team are midwives and doulas. If you're gonna get a hold of a midwife or a doula, I would definitely recommend doing it soon if you haven't already, just because there can be wait lists for midwives and doulas. And I'm gonna go into more on birth plan in another video. I just haven't decided quite yet because I haven't finished my birth plan. Another thing that is super important is making sure you're staying on top of your hydration. Obviously, Pepsis aren't the most hydrating drink that you can have. Really, water is ideal, so I try to make sure that I'm drinking a ton of water throughout the day, along with a Pepsi. As far as your health, make sure you're keeping up on exercising too, even if it's super light. For me, I'm doing very light weight training. I mean, literally like 5-pound weights, as well as going on walks with Garrett in the morning. And it's actually recommended that after your second trimester going into your third trimester that you should start sleeping on your side. There is a major blood vessel that runs along your back that actually can be crushed while you get heavier and heavier in pregnancy. So you want to make sure you're sleeping on your side so you can avoid putting any pressure on that major blood vessel so that you can keep a good amount of blood flow and oxygen going to your baby. Obviously, you want a good healthy baby, so don't lay on your back. To consider, as far as you and your body goes, I have really started to get some itchy skin going on, mostly in my abdomen. This is all from your body stretching, your skin stretching. This is all from your skin stretching and your body is growing. Use some products to help moisturize the skin. It's kind of controversial as to whether or not this stuff actually helps with stretch marks, but man, I'll tell you what, my belly is not as itchy if I have my oil on. A good friend of ours actually bought us a kit of the Palmer's cocoa butter formula. It's got the tummy butter, which I love putting on at night. There's a massage cream and massage lotion, and the last one that I've only started using recently, I've started using this more recently, skin therapy oil. This stuff smells so much like cocoa butter. It's so strong. I feel like I'm just putting cocoa on me. Also, make sure you are starting to think about maternity and paternity leave, as well as childcare options, if those are something that you need to be considering in your spot in life. Because Garrett is in the Army, we are very blessed to be able to get some good quality paternity leave that is paid for him. I briefly mentioned childcare because when you go back to work, sometimes there can be huge wait lists when it comes to childcare, so make sure you're starting to look into it now. You also, if you haven't already, can download a pregnancy tracking app. For me, I've just been using Flow. It's something that I've used for years just to track my own period and to track trying to conceive, but they do have a pregnancy version of their app. It gives a ton of information as to how baby's developing, about what size they are, how much they should weigh. It's a great tool to be able to keep up on your baby's growth. And to me, it just makes me feel a little bit more connected to Nugget, to know where my child is at in the growth process. So make sure you guys find some sort of app. It really doesn't matter which one. It is just kind of nice to track to and make sure you're on the right path. I joined a Facebook group, and Nugget is born in January, so I joined a Facebook group for moms that are due January of 2022, and that has been one of the greatest Facebook groups to join. Normally, I'm not really all about joining the Facebook groups, but that specifically because all of us are due about the same time. We're all going through the same experiences, which has been so nice to see other people going through the same things that I am. You can also start looking into some classes. So sleep training classes, breastfeeding classes, labor and delivery classes. There are so many classes. Oh, CPR is another good one. There are so many classes nowadays, and because of COVID, so much of it has become online information. Some fun things for your second trimester: you can pick your baby name now. So if you haven't already, so you can start to either narrow down your list of baby names or actually pick out your baby name now, since you potentially know the gender if that's what you want to do. So if you don't want to know the gender at your anatomy scan, make sure you tell the sonographer at the beginning that you do not want to know, and to have you look away when she or he needs to look at the genitalia area because sometimes it is very obvious what your child is. Luckily, when that is done, you really can narrow down your names. I do have a baby name video too. It's not a bunch of like unique names. I just think it's a fun video of names that I do and don't like, and some real weird ones at the end. You can also, I know typically other people plan your baby shower, but you can start to plan your baby shower and your gender reveal. So for us, we're kind of torn because we are so far away from literally all of our family. It's a little difficult for us to want to do a baby shower, even something virtual. I'm really not a fan of the Zoom parties. I don't dig it. It is not my thing. Some people want to do that, and so if you want to start planning your baby shower, it's not a bad idea to start doing that now. Are you trying to say hello? You trying to say you're here? I think we know you're here. You good? That was cute. I actually saw that one. Try to start planning your baby shower if you can, if you want to do one, because honestly, right now, people getting together, it gets very difficult just to make everyone happy. I'm over it. I don't want to plan a party. I'll eat cupcakes on my own. You can also start on your registry if you haven't already. At 8 weeks, when Garrett and I found out the gender of our baby, I was already making a registry. So for me, I've had it done for quite a while. For me, it makes more sense to get your registry done sooner so that people, if they want to buy you gifts, can get you gifts. You can start buying things and checking them off your list ahead of time. And getting all of this done sooner means you also get your nursery done sooner. Eventually, I'll come out with a nursery tour once we have all the storage boxes out of here and once we have things settled. But you can definitely start on that now and start getting a plan ready for it before baby comes. You don't have to have your nursery totally done. Babies typically will be sleeping in the same room as you up to like 6 months. So really, the nursery doesn't need to be done until 6 months after your baby is here, which means we got another like 9 months. It's fine. And I think the last thing that I've got on here is maternity clothes. You do need to start investing in those. I have been putting it off. I bought 2 pairs of shorts, and a pair of jeans, actually from Shein or Shein, however you say that, and I'll show you guys those. They actually have worked out pretty dang well. I'm kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting them to work out that well, but they are so much more comfortable than my regular jeans right now. They're even more comfortable than some of my leggings. So I definitely recommend getting some maternity clothes, at least starting on that stockpile. Dresses, I haven't been a huge dress person in my life, but they are one of the most comfortable things to wear right now because nothing is on my stomach pushing into my abdomen, and it is so nice. First off, this is one of my maternity dresses, if you couldn't tell. It is just so comfortable. It's so cute. I love the colors on it and the little cuff sleeves. I got this from Ross for like $12. This dress is also from Ross. I haven't tried this one on yet, but I'm really excited about it. It's just more spring. I feel like this one, like, you could still get away with it for fall. This one is very much springtime, and I'm a little worried about the fabric, just wondering if it's too see-through. The last dress that I have is actually, ooh, calm down. The last dress that I have is actually from Target, and I haven't worn this one yet because I just feel like it's for a huge bump because it's got all this stitching in the back. I've got cat hair on it, don't judge. Cute dress, but I just feel like I am not big enough yet for this to really look cute because it's very much a fitted dress, but I love how long it is. You can't see how long it is at all. This is not helpful. Whatever. We're gonna go with it. As far as pants go, there are a couple different options. So for me, I got these jeans from Shein, which I really liked in the beginning, and as I've washed them, I don't think I like them as much. They're starting to get these like weird marks. You can kind of see these like weird stretchy points here. I don't like them. You can get some pants like these where they've got the elastic on the side, which just kind of pulls when your stomach gets bigger and bigger. The other shorts that I have also have some different elastic on the side. What is going on here? These are more shorts from Shein, and the elastic is a little bit different on the side here. The fabric itself is different. I don't necessarily like these ones as much just because of the seam is kind of a pain, but they're, again, not bad. It's been freaking hot because we're in California, so I'm still wearing shorts in October, but it's fine. The last waist type, which these have been the most comfortable for me, is these full-on. I thought I was gonna hate these, but these are so comfortable. The band comes up so high, but because literally nothing is pushing on your abdomen, it's so nice. That is it as far as the second trimester checklist. There's really not a whole lot when it comes to the second trimester. I really think that we as pregnant people need to focus on enjoying the second trimester as much as possible. This is the honeymoon phase for good reason. You've got your energy back. Your symptoms have died down, some of them. Again, stay tuned for next week's video because I get into it. But this is a great time to be really enjoying the beginning stages, middle stages of your pregnancy. You get to start to feel baby, which is huge. Like, that has been one of the coolest things, is feeling this alien child inside me. And getting to share those moments with your partner is absolutely incredible. The lighting is changing. Does that mean it's time to be done? I'm okay with that. I'm ready for it to be dark at like 7. I want to go to sleep. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you a little bit of comfort knowing that, you know, we don't have to stress out during our second trimester. We can take it a little bit easier and enjoy our pregnancy. It's okay to chill. I'm gonna just keep saying that to you guys so that hopefully I can say that to myself and finally understand that, because I don't. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and make sure you stay tuned for next week's video. I am so excited about it. I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.